What's good? I remember once there was someone messaging me on Instagram, and I would say, "Hey, what's good?" And then he was like, "Why are you speaking like I don't know?" He used a particular word, like something like you're from the hood, or I don't know. I don't know what he used, but it was something kind of. Why are you saying what's good? And I like saying what's good. I speak about this all the time, how words have vibrations, they have frequency, right? So if I, for example, I don't like saying, like, I steer away from saying things like, what's wrong? You know, when someone seems like upset, why would I say what's wrong? Does that make sense? Like, there could be something up, there could be something like they're upset, but is that necessarily wrong? Do you have to judge it that way? I don't know. I'm gonna do my check. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. It's working! Yay! Hopefully the Wi-Fi works better. It's so funny. So what happened was the Wi-Fi stopped working in my house, and we couldn't figure out why. So I called the Wi-Fi people and I said, "Look, it's slow anyway, and now it stopped working. Please do something about it. Something about this." And then, they said it'll be like a new router will be delivered to you in 2 to 3 days. And then it wasn't delivered. Where should I put this? Okay, we'll just put it here. Okay, maybe. Okay, fine, whatever. And it wasn't delivered. And then I called them back and they said, "Oh, it'll be delivered. It's delayed. There's a system change." So my dad tries to fix it, right? He realizes that one of the wires is loose. Hence why it wasn't working. But we have a new router anyway. So hopefully, inshallah, God willing, it works. And I think it does. I think it's okay. I asked my sister, "Look, we have new Wi-Fi. Like, what do you think?" She's like, "I don't know." And I was thinking in my head, girl, you need to increase your sensitivity, It's something I've been learning recently, or becoming more aware of. Hey, I feel like I should finish my orange before I begin. I'll continue. How are we, people? I have a dot. Where? Where? Where is it? I don't see one. In the middle of my eyebrow. Where? Guys, I don't know what you're looking at. I'm kidding. It's called a bindi. I'm so surprised how many people don't know what a bindi is. But you know what? Let me get it up. It's the third. Yeah, it is my third eye. It's my activated third eye. Okay, you can just see it. I can't, but it exists. Let me just go into what the purpose of a bindi is. Okay. So a bindi. A desi go. No, I am consciousness having a human experience. So no. Roshni has a bindi. Love that for you. Roshni, do you know what they're for? So it enhances awareness and intuition. It conserves your spiritual energy. It actually protects you from like nazar. It encourages inner focus and clarity. and it symbolizes consciousness rather than ego. How cool is that? How cool is that that's being put into our beauty culture, or Indian beauty culture? So, oh, look at this. Okay, if you have a red bindi, it symbolizes Shakti. That's cool. Apparently, only married women have that. What am I eating? It's an orange. My day has been wonderful. Blessed. How's your day been? Thank you, Oscar, for asking. Your Hindi. I'm consciousness. Oh, so nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna finish this orange. It looked like a peanut. No. Usually I don't eat on camera. But my brother had one. You know, he always takes the oranges in his room and he just keeps them. So I had to take one. Okay. There are a few things I wanted to talk about today. One of them being, so I'll draw from my own experience as usual, because that's the only experience that is real, I guess, you know? Okay, so today I was having a conversation with someone, okay? And in that conversation, I was talking about something to do with my childhood, something that happened when I was a child. And it kind of was funny, right? I was speaking about it. So it's coming from like the mental faculties, right? I'm speaking about it and it turned out like, okay, I'll tell you what it is. So when I was younger, I got burnt on my leg with an iron, okay? I was 3 or 4 years old. The iron was on, so you have a sofa, right, where you put your, like, you rest, the back of the sofa where you rest your head and stuff. The iron was put on top of that for some reason, and obviously it's really squidgy. It's not a hard sofa. It's very, like, squidgy sofa, and it was burning hot. So I jumped on the sofa, and it fell on my leg, and it burned my leg. And I'm telling this someone, you know, that this happened, and then, you know, I go on to say how I actually got I got beat for that. I got hit for the fact that I burnt myself, that I shouldn't have done that. And I didn't realize how much pain, maybe not like loads of pain, but there was that pain within me that I was holding on from that moment. I mean, why wouldn't I? I was 3 or 4 years old, you know, and I burned my leg, and I guess it's like I don't know. I was gonna say it's an Indian thing, maybe, you know. It's like this whole like culture of like it's okay to hit your child, but I think just because we have normalized it or we see a lot, I don't think that it justifies it, right? So yeah, then I found myself getting really upset about it. So I started crying, and I was really glad because at first I was holding it in, but then the person that I was crying, like the person I was with, had said that, you know, they don't think I cry enough and that crying is a good thing. So prior to this, I had felt like, whoa, you know, Brit, sometimes people can give you permission to be even more vulnerable, you know, and it depends on the different type of people you're with. So I felt like I had permission and an invitation to be more vulnerable, that it's okay for me to express how I feel. And in that moment, I just allowed myself to be upset about it. You know, it is a good thing, but sometimes not. I think whenever you feel like crying, I think you should let it out, because you know why? I remember I was aware of the point at which I was stopping it, you know, and it felt really heavy. It was almost like I could feel the energy, and I'm like, and it's getting stuck in my throat. Like it was, you know, my throat was kind of like burning. It was irritating. So yeah, at that point I was like, I'm gonna allow myself to be upset. And I allowed myself to grieve that moment. I'm not mad at my parents, right? I'm not mad for them having done that, because I can grieve something and not be mad at someone. I can allow myself, allow the inner child within me to express how it felt, to sit with it and to empathize with it, and, you know, allow it to cry, and create a space for it, a safe space for it, without having to be like, oh my God, how dare they do this to me? Now I'm pissed. Ah, you know? I subbed, you're doing lots of explaining. I like to go into things with depth. That's just what we do on this channel, you know? And greetings, thank you. Welcome. So yeah, then I realized, look, in life, what's the point of this? What's the point I'm trying to make here? The point I am trying to make here, and thank you, Nisha. The point I'm trying to make here is that consciously you can talk, you can go about life, and everything's good, right? You're all good. And then it's at certain moments you find yourself feeling certain emotions. You feel really upset because you spoke about something, like I did, or you see something and it reminds you of something, or you hear a song, or you smell a particular smell, or you eat a certain food, whatever it is, and you feel not okay. You don't feel good. There's a deviation from like, yeah, we're good, like we're stable, to I feel kind of upset right now. Does that make sense? When you feel that, allow it to be there and allow yourself to express it. Because the person I was with, you know, they were soothing me and they said, you know, I'm like, how do you feel now? And I said, I feel happy. I feel happy that I was able to be there for the girl who felt that, you know, who felt that pain. And kind like not feel sorry for her, but sit with her, you know? And I got to do that. And then that person said, can you have some context? Okay, so Nisha, I was talking about a particular incident that happened today, okay? So the particular incident that happened today was that I was triggered by something. I was sharing a personal experience with someone, my partner, and I said to him, when I was telling him how I burnt myself with the iron, right? Twice. And it was funny for me because I was like, oh yeah, once I put it to my face and I, you know, it burned my face. So what happened was, when I was younger, the other incident was that the iron was on a sofa. I was 3 or 4 years old. It had been used. It was hot. I jumped on the sofa. It fell on my leg. It burned my leg. My dad, I'm burnt, right? So he hits me, like he's beating me, and then he goes to get medication, and then he puts it on. And I remember sharing this story, and when I said it out loud, I felt really upset. I felt like this isn't funny. This is actually really sad, because I felt sad. I felt sad for the girl who had to experience that. Like I was a 3 or 4 year old child having to experience that. I'm already in pain. I've burned my leg, and on top of that, you're punishing me. You're hitting me. You know, and the point that I was trying to make about this conversation, about this story, is that in that moment, so my partner had said to me, you know, prior to this, he said, one thing I want to see more of you, he's like crying. He said, I like it when you cry. Not like he wants to make me cry or he wants to see me upset, but he understands that it's a natural thing, you know. It's like about being vulnerable and just letting things out. So in that moment, I felt like I had permission to cry, an invitation to cry. I was like, I'm gonna cry. I feel like crying. I feel really upset. I could feel like my throat burning. I could feel like the, you know, the sadness welling up in my lungs and my heart, and I cried, you know, and I let it all out, and I told him what it was. And then he said to me afterwards, after a little while, he said, how do you feel now? And I said, I feel happy. I feel happy that I expressed it. I feel happy that I showed some hamdardi. You know, I guess that's Hindi for like sympathy or empathy or compassion for the little girl within me, the little girl who had to experience that, because that is traumatic. When you're a child, you're so incredibly sensitive, and we forget that. We're sensitive as adults, by the way. We're all incredibly sensitive. if you're not sensitive, you just have a very like a closed off heart. I think the thing is, you can be sensitive, you can feel things, but not be like, you know. Does that make sense? Like, we all feel things. We're human beings at the end of the day, right? So yeah, I felt sad, and I didn't feel embarrassed that I was crying about this, or I'm just making a big fuss or whatever. I was in a safe space where I was held, and my partner said something to me. He said, you know, it's great because you gave it attention now. So the point I'm trying to make is that we all have things within us. We all carry pains, traumas, emotions that we've trapped within ourselves. And at some point they come up. They come up, and what we call them is triggers, right? Oh, I was triggered. I felt triggered. I felt like this. I was triggered because of this. I was triggered. And it could be you're upset, you're angry, you're, hey everybody, you know, you're jealous, you're resentful, whatever it is. It's a trigger. It's something within you asking to be released. Does that make sense? And you just have to feel it. You just give it attention in that moment, and then it goes. You know? My girlfriend had something similar. She argued with her father because of something, and then the same happened in Fairly Speaking in some Indian houses. Children, especially the girl child, they are not allowed to say things. Exactly. You know, it's the worst thing you can do to someone, to not allow them to express themselves, because you are a vessel, okay? You're like an instrument, and the life energy, right? The life force energy wants to go through you. So if you're an instrument and you're a vessel, right? And you're meant to allow things to flow through you, like into you and out of you, into you and out of you. For example, emotions, what are they? Emotions are energy in motion. It's energy in motion that wants to go through you. It wants to be felt and it wants to be released. When you don't allow it in, well, first of all, you don't allow it out, right? It's there, it's within you. You can feel it bubbling up. We've had that, right? When you can feel emotion bubbling up and it's right here in your throat, it's because you're not expressing it. You know, in your throat chakra expression, you're not expressing it, you're holding it in. That affects you. That's actually the cause of most disease. Dis-ease. Disharmony. Harmony. What is harmony? It's a balance. It's a rhythm, right? We're instruments. Instruments have harmony when sound can go in and out of them, right? Energy can move through it and out of it. But when you don't allow that, disharmony is created. I mean, I'm 18 and I'm a guy, and even I want to express my emotions, but then dumb society is always like, now you're a guy and guys don't cry, and I'm personally very emotional person, and I feel really bad. Why? Well, you know, Nishad, I'm so grateful that you're expressing this, because first of all, you're showing other people, right, other young men out there, you know, that they can express their emotions, that it's normal. You're a human being. You know what it is? When we get stuck in this, I'm a guy or I'm a girl and I can't do this, or I'm Indian or I'm Pakistani or I'm Bangladeshi, I'm black, I'm whatever it is. You're getting stuck in an identity. You're getting stuck in something really shallow, okay? Your consciousness. Someone said to me earlier, are you Indian? Are you a Desi girl? No, I'm consciousness having a human experience. I don't identify as a Desi girl. Does that make sense? Or a girl, because the soul has no gender. It doesn't have a gender. We're lost if we're only thinking down here. I'm a girl, I'm a boy, I'm Indian, I'm this age, I like boys, I like girls, I like this, I like to go here. Does that make sense? It's a very shallow level that you're stuck at. Yeah, patriarchy, exactly. You can rise beyond that, because society is you. You are society. There is no society outside of you. Nothing outside of you exists. There is only you. Ek Oankar, right? Ek Oankar. What does that mean? Oneness. Every text that you look at, every religious text, spiritual text, what do they point at? There is only oneness. There is only oneness. We are all one. We are all waves in an ocean. But we need to understand that a wave is part of the ocean. A wave is the ocean. You know? Let me draw it out. Humans create borders and walls. Exactly. We create them according to our ego, right? Like, okay, so I feel like I've drawn it the wrong way. It's the ego. The ego is a system created, right, to make you feel separate. So it'll be like, what's she on about? Oh, she's dissy. She looks Indian. Why is she going on about this shit? Like, why is she pretending she's like? Why is she going on about this consciousness? What? Who even gets that? Like, what is that even about? Can you even prove that? Has anybody seen consciousness? You know why? Or like what? But that's the ego talking. The soul knows the truth. The soul knows the truth. Alright, I'm gonna draw some waves and a green sea. Okay, wait. Why is this pen? My sister's been using my pen. I'm kidding. Nothing is mine. Oh, okay. It's because the blue pen wanted to be used. Okay, look. These are waves, okay? We're all like, this is me, this is me, this is you, this is someone else. And we all think we're separate. I'm this wave. I'm wave number 1. My name is Priya. I'm wave number 2. My name is Nishad. I'm wave number 3. My name is Michael. But we're all the ocean. Because the waves all go back to the ocean. Right? When the wave ceases to be, it goes back to being the ocean. So we are all the ocean. But the ego makes you feel like you're not part of oneness. And when you have this realization that everything is oneness, there is only one, there is only one, there is only one, there is only one, and that understanding, that principle underlies every decision, every thought, every, like, it becomes your state of being, then that you have enlightenment, you know? One friend of mine had an experience where he faced caste-based discrimination, and when I heard the story, I felt so bad. You see, it's the ego again. The soul has no caste. It's not your truth. This body, your skin color, like I created a short, right? And I said, you're not black, you're not white, no one's Indian. You're just wear white, sleep and breathe. You're just stressed, bro. First of all, I'm not a bro. I guess I'm everything, so I guess I am a bro. Okay, go ahead, call me bro. I'm not stressed. What do I have to be stressed about? My life is great. But thank you. Thank you for caring. The caste system, like things like the caste system, concerns about your gender, anything to do with a personality, anything to do with you, right? A center, you know? There is no center. There is only consciousness. Are we all familiar with that? I don't know how familiar we are with that. But let me know. Let me know if any of what I'm saying doesn't, it feels like it's not making sense. I can explain it. If it is, let me know. I can go further with it, It just depends on where everyone's understanding is. Hi. Okay, good. So if I go around thinking there is only oneness, then if you are me, then I'm gonna be nice to you. Does that make sense? Like everybody in the comments right now, let's say someone says something, I don't know, like mean, right? I'll just say, Ekonkar. It's okay, Priya. That person is just you. That person is just you. That person is just you. It's easier to attack someone when they're not you, when they're not part of your tribe, your family, your workplace. Like, for example, I remember once, I was working, and there was these people, they were security guards, and they said, we look after our own. This idea of we look after our own. We take care of our own. Like countries, they have such a, there's so much patriotism, where they love their country, so they'll fight for their country. But they don't actually know what they're fighting for, like what the issue is, but it's like, we're taking care of our country. I don't really care what's happening. Like people who go to war, right? The government says, right, you need to go to war over there. It could be over anything. It could be that they want to steal oil or resources from another country, but you will go and kill other people for your country, right? Because that's them and this is you. It's easier to have conflict. It's easier to annihilate someone, to perform violence against someone, whether it's with your words, whether it's with your actions, whether it's with your thoughts, whatever it is, because they're them and you're you, and you take care of your own. You take care of yourself, and you take care of your family or whoever you love, and everybody. It's you versus everybody else. But you are everybody else. Treat everyone like you. Exactly. You know why? You know what Jesus said, love thy neighbor. Why did he say that? He said, love thy neighbor like you love yourself, because your neighbor is you. Everybody has God within them, and so do you. We're all just like little parts of a bigger whole. What can happen in spirituality is that we understand that, okay, I'm the one generating this reality, right? So what happens is when you do that, you're like, oh, okay, everybody's just an NPC, so what I do to them doesn't really matter. I'm enlightened, blah, blah, blah. What that is spiritual bypassing. Okay? But, so that's when you believe that life is Maya. So Maya is a concept of life is an illusion. It's a dream. It's not real. So if I were to believe that it's just an illusion, it's not real, I would treat everybody like shit. I would use them. I would exploit them. I would manipulate them. I would be incredibly selfish, right? Because they're not real. I'm the real one. They're an illusion. They're just a holographic projection of consciousness coming through me. But when I go with the feeling, with the idea that everybody is me, everybody is the self, and I focus on that, then I'm kinder to everybody else. I show more compassion. What you'll see is that people treat you the way that they treat themselves. So you best believe if someone is mean to you, right, they're mean to themselves. Like I'm not someone who's like, feel sorry for people, but show awareness. And you know what that is, what that looks like? They say someone is your boss, okay? Your boss is just an angry person. Your boss is always mean to you. He's insulting you, making you do extra work, making you feel small. Then think about how that person must feel. Let me share something with you about parents. A lot of people have anger towards their parents. I just shared a story with you about how, I burnt my leg with an iron when I was 3 or 4. When I jumped on the sofa and the iron fell on me and I didn't realize it was hot. And my dad hit me for burning my leg. I didn't sit here, or at that point when I was upset and I got triggered about this, I didn't for 1 second sit there and be mad at him and project anger towards him or any of that. You know why? Because he just is me. So a lot of people have grown up in dysfunctional families, okay? Most people have. So this means that maybe one of your parents, I mean, of course, this doesn't apply to everybody, but maybe one of your parents or both of your parents weren't that kind to you. They just didn't treat you or give you the love that you needed, or accept your authentic self, or validate you, or give you enough affection. There was something lacking. And maybe you grow up mad at them. Maybe you're still mad at them. Maybe you don't forgive them. But let me tell you this. You chose them. And the people who hurt you the most, like out of your parents, you know, your family members, they are the ones that love you the most. You know why? Not in, think in a, from a higher level. You are a soul. They are a soul. Your soul has soul contracts. So your soul, before it incarnated onto earth, had a contract with other members, you know, with other souls. And it said, okay, look, you know, let's say it's your mom and your mom wasn't the best mother in this lifetime, okay? You have a contract with your mom, you know, like, well, okay, she's obviously not your mom, she's another soul. And you say, look, please, I need you to go onto earth and I need you to be really mean to me and don't give me validation, okay? Because my lesson on earth, like one thing I want to grow through is learning how to have a strong self-esteem and how to value myself. So I need you to play the role of a mother who doesn't validate me. Please, can you do that? Please. She's like, I love you so, so much that I'm willing to incarnate on earth and mistreat you so that you can learn this. So they actually love you the most. And look, I'm not trying to justify anyone's behavior, but look at it from a different angle. Does that not make you feel like, oh, you know, maybe I should just let it go. Maybe I should just forgive them. They're doing something for a particular reason. People should be nice to each other. Like, they should think about other person's feelings. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't say nice, because nice is very vague, maybe. But Alina, thank you for that. I would say show compassion. Come from love, you know, because Alina, the reason I say this is because niceness can be people pleasing. And I don't mean people pleasing. I mean coming from authenticity, having your boundaries as well. Okay, it's not just, oh, someone asked me to go and do I remember you? Yeah, I do remember you, Alina. I remember the name Alina Go. Yeah. But yeah, so you know, Alina, it doesn't mean don't have any boundaries. I'm not saying that. I'm saying have boundaries. Honor yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, do something, but you feel like, oh, I have to be nice, don't do it. Because it's not about being nice. It's about being authentic and loving. First of all, when you're authentic, you are in a love vibration. You are in the highest vibration because you are showing love to yourself. You honor your inner voice, you know? And when you honor your inner voice, you can be the best person for everybody else. Imagine this. Imagine let's say I'm someone who's not authentic. I'm a people pleaser. I want to be nice. Someone says, Priya, can you come over? I need you to help me with this, but I don't want to go. I feel really uncomfortable. Then, if I'm like, Priya, it's fine, just go, it's fine, and I'm ignoring the voice that says, don't go, don't go, don't go, I'm not honoring myself. Then I'm mad at that person. I'm mad at myself. Does that make sense? When I became a parent, I understand why my parents were like that. Wow, exactly. Michael, you know what it is? It is generational trauma. It is intergenerational trauma, right? Your parents were like that because they got taught by their parents and their parents and their parents. You get to stop it. The one way that you can stop it is by forgiving them. If you don't forgive them, you haven't acknowledged what was happening. You haven't let it go. So you're choosing to carry it forward with you. And it's going to manifest. A lot of people, you know, they always say, oh, I'm never going to be like my parent. I'm never going to be like my mom. My mom did this, or never want to be like my dad. But they turn out to be exactly like that. Your voice is very bold. Thank you. You know? So, it all comes back to oneness. There is only oneness, you know? So if there is only oneness, your parents are just you. They are reflecting back to you something that you can grow from, you know? They're reflecting back a gift. Like this whole idea of, you know, you pick a certain parent, like you pick you ask particular souls to have particular problems, right? To present you with particular problems. Like I said, your parent may not have given you so much validation and not seen you. That's because in this lifetime you are here to be seen, to learn to be comfortable with that. Maybe another parent didn't give you freedom. So now you are learning how to be free, what liberation really feels like, to be your authentic self. Does that make sense? Just be yourself and learn from past mistakes. Exactly. But sometimes some people don't deserve your nice side. They just push so hard for me to go to the bad tune. Like, why? You know, Elena, the thing is, we can't control other people. Well, technically we can, a little bit. I'll go into that. But for the sake of this conversation, let me put it this way. People will push your boundaries, okay? It's because you're being asked to have boundaries. If people keep pushing you and you don't say anything, that's something you're meant to learn. It will keep happening until you put a stop to it, until you're like, okay, I have learned the fucking lesson. I'm part of my French, you know, enough. Khalas, Habibi, you know, this is it. Like, not again. You see? And then you learn, and then it never ever happens again because you put a stop to it. And then someone else will try it, and then you're like, I don't freaking think so. Okay? That's one way. That's why I said be loving, but understand what love is. Love is honoring yourself, honoring your authentic self, honoring what feels good to you. If someone is pushing your boundaries, they're trying to manipulate you or exploit you or whatever it is, you know, you can speak up against that. That's you showing love to yourself. Love isn't just take shit from anybody. That's not what love is. That's the opposite. That's like, I don't even care enough about myself to put boundaries in place, to assert my, you know, what I want and what I don't want, what I'm comfortable with and not comfortable with. Thank you, Michael. See you. Have a great day. Okay, and then also, you know, earlier I said that you can control people. You can, because there is only oneness, right? You decide what people are like. You can change how people are. This is why forgiveness is such a powerful thing. Because when we forgive, right? Like, for example, I love to do this thing called Ho'oponopono. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a Hawaiian principle. It's like a thing that they do to keep families together. So what you do is, let's say someone has upset you. Let's say your mom was mean to you. Okay, now you're really mad at her. What you do is you assume that you're your mother. So you channel your mom, okay? You're your mom. Instantly, you feel how she's feeling. Not what she's presenting. Not what you perceive through your ego, but through your soul. You feel if she's in pain. Yeah, she's being mean, but I can sense the pain in my heart that she's going through. And then you say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And you keep doing this. You keep doing it. And then watch. The issue will subside. You know why? Think about it this way. Before you've ever had an argument with someone, I bet you've sat and thought about the argument. You have worded. I know I have. Oh, you bet I have. Every little thing. Like, let me give you an example. I when I'm cleaning, I get really, really annoyed with my siblings in my head. I'm like, I do all the cleaning. I turn into a rageful victim, you know, a victimella. Wait, I'm trying to like make, you know, bridezilla, a cleanzilla. Okay, I turn into a cleanzilla. I'm like, how dare no one clean? Why is it always me? You know, and then I have arguments with my siblings. In my mind, and then they transpire. So when you rehearse arguments with people, watch out for it. Watch how they transpire. They will happen exactly the way you envisioned. You're going to say everything you thought of, and it's going to be that you don't even, like, the argument hasn't even happened, but that person comes up and they can feel energetically. Because why? Because you are one. Okay? You're one. You're one with everybody. And thank you, Glenn. So if I rehearse an argument with someone and before I even open my mouth, they're mad at me, I'm like, I haven't even argued with you. Did someone hear the conversation I was having in my head? Like, what's going on? Why are you mad at me? Ugh! You know? So if that's a thing, then think about how if you forgive someone, if you let it go, you're letting it go within them. This is literally quantum physics, quantum entanglement, right? It's when two particles are connected to each other. So the way one feels, the other one feels. So for example, let's say, you know when you have that time where like you think of someone and they call you? Quantum entanglement. You're syncing. You with your friend, you're going through the same things. You with the people that you're talking to, you're going through similar things. Similar things are popping up. There are synchronicities, you know? Quantum entanglement. Oh, I appreciate you, Alina. Yeah, guys, my Instagram is Scorpio Sage 8. Let me put it. Follow me on that, okay? I have the best feed, so you're gonna wanna. Instagram. Oh, no spelling. Ah. Okay. So this idea also works with argumentative people. Oh, what do you mean? As in like, you know what it is? The things that come out of our mouth, you gonna. I told you what my Instagram is. I put it in there. It's Scorpio Sage 8. That's my Instagram. If one chooses to be combative, they will bring that energy from another. Exactly. They will attract that. Okay, let me tell you an example. Let's say that, oh, am I going to reply to you like on an Instagram? It depends what you ask me. So, yeah, let's say I'm walking through a city center, okay? This is actually like based on science. People who are angrier, they walk around with an angry energy, they attract conflict, they attract aggression from other people. People can sense it. People want to fight you more. People are going to want to fight with you because they feel your angry energy and they get defensive. Whereas if you're someone who walks around with a very calm, relaxed energy, ain't nobody gonna want to fight you. People are gonna be sweet to you, right? Why is it that different people attract different things in life? Why is it that some people attract people who are just really kind to them? They give them, they're constantly giving them things. They're, here, have this, have this, have this. They're treating them well. Why is it other people don't get that same treatment? Why is it other people only receive conflict and aggression and violence from people and rudeness? It's you. You're the common denominator. Listen and find out. She's talking about being positive and nice. Not nice. Not nice. Compassionate. Loving. Love is the highest form of intelligence, okay? Someone who understands love, they understand everything. What is the topic? Okay, welcome everybody who's just joined. The topic is how we're all interconnected, So because we're interconnected, how I feel will impact how others come to me. Like, for example, guys, I'm a life coach, okay? That's my profession. So, yeah. Hey, Running Man, first of all, I'm not a shrink. Second of all, I think society's in need of a shrink, even though I'm not a shrink. Maybe not a shrink. People are bitch, we can't do shit about that. Leave those you betray loving, isn't it? Thank you, Glenn. Life okay. Running Man is coming in with an energy, right? Running Man is coming in with an energy of like hurtness, right? Fear. So things are either done out of love or fear, right? So, like I said, if I bring an energy of fear, oh my god, people are uh, just give me a second, because we don't have space for that. Okay? You know, so if people come with a fearful energy, they're usually like more antsy and they invite that more into their lives, right? So, okay, I had a client. I do life coaching one-to-one. One of my clients said, Priya, why is it that do you think that people are rude? Do you think that people are increasingly more rude? And I said, no, I don't find that. I find that people are increasingly more kind, in fact. And he said, oh, and I said, oh, what about you? And he said, people are rude. Like, I go to places and people are just rude to me. And I said, okay. And I said, are these like random people? And he said, yeah, some are random, some aren't. And I said, okay. I said, what do you expect? What's your expectation from life? He's like, I think people are more rude. So I said, your expectations are being met. You believe people are rude, so you will keep attracting rude people into your life because you expect it. You go in with the energy like, I think people are rude, right? Yeah, you shape your life by your thoughts. Exactly. You shape your life with your thoughts. Why? Like, why does that happen? What's so significant about you that you can do that? What does that make you? Ask yourself that. Like, if I'm the one who's in control of like how people treat me, what does that make me? Am I powerful? I am emotionally weak and get obsessed with people easily with people who I love, and in the end, I always get hurt. Okay, first of all, harsh it. You saying that's your story, and you will commit to that. Okay, that is not the truth of who you are. Don't say I'm emotionally weak. Say I feel emotionally weak. I experience getting obsessed with people easily. And then, I experience being hurt. You are not hurt. You're not emotionally weak. Are you is that who you are? You're emotionally weak. If we said, what is Harshit? Is he a human being? Is he consciousness? Is he Indian? What is he? He's emotionally weak. Like, he's, does that make sense? You're not those things. Like, for example, if you say I am angry, don't say that. Say I am experiencing anger. There's a separation between that and who you are. Does that make sense? And you are what you think. So exactly, if you think you're emotionally weak and you get obsessed with people easily and you always get hurt, shit, you will always experience that. Thank you, Mike. You shape your, yeah. See, being positive is a thing which is in your control. You can change your perspective, but can't change the truth. It's up to you to accept the truth or live in it. See, the truth is your perspective. Your perspective is your truth. Everybody's perspective is their truth. Does that make sense? The highest truth is seeing things without ego, seeing things without you. So it's about me seeing things, having an awareness so high that I can see situations without Priya, without Priya's past, without Priya's experiences, Priya's conditioning. Does that make sense? Without stories that we carry with us. That's enlightenment. The universe listens. You are the universe, That I'm going to leave. I'm in India, but not Indian. Okay, nice. Following you on the ground. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Have you heard of Dolores Cannon? I have, Nicole. Nora Nicole. I have. I love her. See, look, Stacy. Sometimes we don't understand things and we just think that people are talking nonsense, Am I American? I am not American. Look, we can have any accent we want, right? It just comes out. I don't know why, but it does. And there we go. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna have to charge my phone soon. You can say, I am power, I am love. Exactly. You are. What I'm struggling to understand is spirit guides are supposed to protect you and they act like they don't. And they act like they don't protect you. It is nonsense if you believe something else. Stacey, you don't have to be rude. You can ask it. Oh, you're sweet, Lena. Okay. See, I don't disagree with your thoughts, but it's just a way to fool yourself into thinking everything is good and shit, but reality it's not. Okay. Right. Why Rim? Would you like to go further into that so we can explore that? So what like, you don't look. I'm not telling anybody to think positively, okay? It's not about thinking positively. It's about seeing things for the way that they actually are. Listen to me. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. What are you? Who are you? Ask yourself. Are you your thoughts? No, you're not. Let's say you all have a thought, okay? I have a thought, you have a thought. We all have the same thought. We have a thought that, oh, I suck. Okay, I just had a thought, I suck. Okay, cool. Wait, do I suck? Am I the thought? Do I suck because my thought says I suck? Is that who I am? No, because there's someone observing the thought. The thought is here, someone else is here, and they're looking at the thought and they're like, oh, it says I suck. Who is I? Who is the I? Who's the one watching? Who's the one observing? That's who the observer, right? The observation. Okay, let's just say you are the observer. But then eventually what you find out is you're not even the observer, there is only observation. Does that make sense? Your soul, exactly. Thank you, home automations. I appreciate you. It takes one to know one, right? I'm just a reflection of you. I try to abide by the ways of stoicism, but like everything, it takes practice and consistency. Very true. How do I motivate myself not to take my health for granted and be healthy, drink more water, and exercise often? Okay, look. I don't know if you've ever heard of Robert Adams, but I think you'll find the work of Robert Adams really interesting if you're someone who's here listening to this live. Robert Adams says that when you align with the truth of who you really are, right? The consciousness, the awareness, experiencing itself, the body will take care of itself. Take care of the soul, and the body will take care of itself. You will not have to think about drinking enough water, eating all your vitamins, having your 5 a day, none of that. The body will take care of itself. Feed the soul. The soul is the most important thing. When the soul is happy, everything falls into line. The dark spots around my eyes, like, were trans. Okay. My real name, my envisioned self is Nora Marie Jane, and that is who I envision myself to be, but at the same time, thoughts are saying I'm a guy and it pisses me off. Okay, Nora Nicole. See you, but no, sorry, apologies. I know I came late today. Okay, Nora. You know, I appreciate that you're saying this, but you're not a man, you're not a woman, you are consciousness having a human experience. What I'm gonna be straight with you, okay? Don't fall into this, I'm American, I'm Canadian, I'm Indian, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a man, but I really want to be a woman, I'm a woman, but I really want to be a man, I'm 60, I really want to be 20, I'm 15, I really want to be 30. Don't fall into that. You are consciousness. You are a soul having a human experience. You're in a human body having this experience. That's it. When you identify with, oh, I'm a man, but I really want to be a woman, or I'm a woman and I really want to be a man, or I'm 50 and I really wish I was 20 again, or this isn't who you are. This is all an illusion. Like, this is a dream, you know? Why are you guys being rude? Oh, okay, Stacey. Can you imagine observing yourself observing? I don't think you can. Because the observation is the ultimate, right? Primal wellness. Like, there is actually no observer. There is only observation. You know? I live in England. Can you say vitamins again? Okay, vitamins? Um, okay, sometimes you see raccoons, you see wolves. That's interesting. It's pretty cool. Things, but I'm not schizophrenic. I just see things and they appear in the corner of my eye. See, Nora Nicole, schizophrenia. Okay, we live in a society that is not normal. I mean, sorry, it's not healthy, right? The way society is, it isn't in adherence, right? It doesn't adhere to nature. Nature is the natural order of things. We are very far away from nature, which means that we are not healthy. This is not normal. We have normalized it, but it's not natural, right? This means we are unhealthy. So, if we are living in an unhealthy society and there is something that unhealthy society labels unhealthy, is it really unhealthy? Like, for example, there are many things in life that, society's like, don't do this, oh my god, oh my god. But usually it's the opposite. Does that make sense? Society is kind of inverted. So people with schizophrenia, you get judged by normal people, or like, you've created this condition, you've named it schizophrenia. But maybe it's because you see things that we just can't perceive. Does that make sense? Your perspective is the truth. Is your truth. What is the soul, to be precise? It is conscious. I'm curious, what are we as humans? What are our duties? What are our duties? Why we get happy, sad? What purpose we should feel? Okay, cool. I love that question. Thank you so much. We are consciousness. We are consciousness, which is awareness, which is God, which is love, right? These are synonyms of each other. Having a human experience. Being a human is not who you are. This is just a dream. It's a character you're playing. Pretend it's like a movie. We're all in a movie set, and someone said to you, you're going to play the character of, like, someone said to, like, I decided to play Priya. In this life, I'm going to play the character of Priya. Priya is Indian. Priya has a fake accent, Priya loves to talk loads. Priya, blah, 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 whatever it is. I'm playing the role. But do I still remember that this is a role I'm playing? That this isn't who I am? Because this is the character. This is what I keep saying. It's a character you're playing. It's an avatar. This isn't who you are. So what are your duties? Why do you get happy or sad? You get happy or sad. So you get happy or sad. What are emotions? They are energy in motion. Something happens and your body may react to it, right? It gets triggered, it gets upset, it gets whatever. You're meant to feel them. They are normal. You're human. You're meant to allow the feelings to go through you, the emotions to flow through you, the energy wants to flow through you. That is it. Let it flow through you. Don't judge it. And let it go. The purpose of the human world, existence, life, that's the only purpose. It's not about what is your purpose, because you're just a character. It's what is the purpose of life? What does life want to do through you? Why did it create you? Why did it create me? What does it want to experience through us? Through this character? Have I heard of Shinto? Believe in I have heard of Shinto, but I'm not too familiar with it. Being an unhealthy society is a way to get strong and face those who are competitors. This world is nothing but a battlefield where everyone has to fight for survival. Nope, that's not true. If you believe that, then that will be your truth. That's not my truth. What's this live stream about? If you listen, you'll understand. Meditation helps gain answers. Yeah, of course. Are you? Only humans compete. Nature thrives on diversity. Amen. Primal Wellness is coming out with the facts today. You can change roles. Exactly. You can change your character. You can come out of the character. Enlightenment is when you are like, I'm not the character. I don't have to continue. I don't have to pick any character. Feelings are human. We are taught not to feel. Exactly. Can I ask you something personal? It depends. Well, anger and fear. There's a piece of dirt. Excuse me? It's called a bindi. I want to play the bad guy, but Priya says it's not good for me. Hi, I'm well, thank you. How are you? Welcome, everybody. Okay, I'm living in Oman since 2021. In these few years, I got a lot of tension. Why? Okay, I mean, it's very vague. Like, it's because, are you connected to God? Do you have a connection with God or yourself, which are both the same thing? Am I from Dudley? Nope. Nope, not if I got it. The thing I want to, the thing I'm struggling with is I know who I want to be. I know who I want to be, and I'm stuck in this body. Nicole, like I said, your consciousness doesn't have a gender. You're stuck in the. Who am I to? It's like I have. There's like a conflict, right? There's like, who am I to tell you anything? Who am I to tell you what you think is right or wrong, right? Is there right or wrong? But like, if you want to know like what I think of it, like what my take on it is, and like what this whole like, let me tell you. I told you anyway, right? I said, you are not a particular gender. You are not an ethnicity. Hey, Greg, I'm wonderful. How are you? The topic, well, at the moment, is Nora Nicole has been speaking about the kind of, I guess, issue with being in a man's body and wanting to be a woman, and feeling right being a woman. But the thing is, what I want to ask is, what is preventing you from expressing yourself in the way that you already are now? Like, what is it? Like, what's the deep rooted thing, Because, like I said, you're not your gender, you're not your age, you're not your ethnicity. I know everybody keeps asking me my ethnicity, but it's like there are so many far more. We're just stuck in the wrong things, I guess it's okay, cool. Does that make sense? Like, I'm consciousness having a human experience. That's all you need to know. What does me being Indian or Bangladeshi or Pakistani or whatever it is, like, how does that make a difference to anything? Why, what does that qualify me for? Trust me, being a woman is hard and painful. See, Meenakshi, I feel like there's a story there. There's a story that is, that, it sounds like it's full of pain that you're holding on to. Yeah, like, is that 100% true? Because the thing is, Meenakshi, I am by no means invalidating how you feel or anything you've experienced, okay? But like I say, I think we divide the world too much into man, woman, and I used to do that. Men have it easy, women have to be pregnant, women this, we have to have periods, we have to experience sexual abuse and being stalked and all of, like, feeling uncomfortable, and we have to do this, like, we get paid, all of this. What are you feeding into? The things you're feeding into, the narratives you feed into, you see more of. What's with all those questions? She's definitely from Thank you, Glenn. Please don't speak on it. Thank you, but I like to be a woman. Okay. I have been... Okay, so you like to be a woman. I love that for you. I have been expressing myself. I have who I want to be. I know what I look like. I have images of who I want. Okay. I have a whole bunch of divisions are bestowed upon us. Exactly. You know, a whole bunch of divisions are presented to us and we embody them. There is no society. There is no outer society. You are society. You're not living in the world. You are the world. You're the world, you know? I said people for you as long as they don't have women or children. That's the only difference between... I love it. When it comes down to that, I can't. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Primal Wellness. I am consciousness, having a human experience. You know, the thing is, I remember going to Morocco, right? I went to Morocco and I experienced this in Turkey as well. So there, I remember someone who's Muslim. So I'm going to a Muslim country with someone who's Muslim. And I remember everybody treating the person that I was with so wonderfully. Like, of course, they were kind to me. Maybe it's because I was a woman and that person that I was with was a male. But everybody was like speaking to that person so much. Like, brother, Muslim brother, you know? And there was such a camaraderie between them and like a we're one. And it made me think, we're all one, you know? Is it that we can all, like, I get it, but I think it's always good to aim higher, you know, like have a higher perspective on things. Like, we're far more than just our religious background or our skin color. That's what I'm trying to get across, you know? Yes, Meenakshi, I'm an Indian in this lifetime. My character is Indian, yes. We have been here in past experiences, exactly. The world is the world, everything else isn't the world. Okay? Does reincarnation exist? Like, I know it could possibly exist, like those cases would exist, but everyone dismisses them. Okay, what do you think? You don't have to agree with everybody else. You can think for yourself, right? Like, what do you think? Have you read into it? I believe in reincarnation. They pretend to be a good friend, but they stay as my friend only to know my secret and spread it. Okay, Meenakshi, when did you find out that they were pretending to be a good friend? Was this during, like, whilst they were your friend, right? So if you knew that they were pretending to be a friend, why did you continue being friends with them? Seeing people as consciousness is fine, but with flesh too, it's important to acknowledge that nothing happens until we work for it. In reality, all these things don't come to fruition without a maker. You can have both, you know? You can have you can be united. So like Guru Nanak Ji says, well, Osho says, you know, he said, be in this world, but not of it. So be grounded. I'm not telling you don't be grounded, don't do things in your life, you know, but don't be of this world. Like, remember that you're not of this world, that this is a dream, you know? We are not all one. No, we're individuals. Okay, nice. Thank you. Oh, it's not really my sense of humor. I wasn't joking. I was being truthful. Mita Kyosin is a native saying that says, I honor all of my relations. Oh, I love that. Okay, nice. Tell me more. Will your parents choose your husband? Oh, No, they won't. I don't know. Okay. If anyone would like to discuss these topics in person with Priya and a community, then Priya... Yes. Yes, guys, I host the satsang every Sunday. So if anybody would like to, you know, on Zoom, so it takes place online on Zoom. If anybody would like to join a community where we talk about these things in a more sacred container where we don't have distracting questions. Where are you from? Are you Indian? Why do you have the fake accent? None of that, you know? We have different themes every week. So this week, I believe I'll be speaking about emotions because someone asked me to speak about emotions and PTSD. So maybe we'll be speaking a little bit about that. But if you would like to join us, the link is in my bio. It's called Satsang with Priya. So not only do I speak, but you guys get to speak to me and you get to speak to each other. So I would love to see you there if you're interested. Like I said, the link is in my bio. Appreciate you sharing your views. Equality and respect for everyone is important. I may still be learning about some of these issues, but I'm open to understanding different experiences and having... I love that. You can change this experience to be what you want. Exactly. Thank you. Please no finger... Please show finger tattoo. Reincarnation is not what you think, you are the universe. Ooh, would you like to go more into that? Primal Wellness, you have to join us on Sunday, 2:30 p.m, Zoom, online. Anybody else also, because you guys have great points, you know? Are you from Kerala? Nope. We need to embrace our place in the universe. We do. I would listen to satsang in person. Oh, what about this? You will. Okay, so the link is in my bio. This Sunday at 2:30 p.m. UK time. Okay? Better see you there. Wizard Dawn. Maybe I'll start them in person. Sure, you'll join. Okay, cool. Link is in my bio. What's the agenda that you fight for? Okay, I love that question. Thank you. Wait, can I just need to charge my phone. Give me a second. I just need to put my... I wasn't going to, okay. Oh. I wasn't gonna... Oh, waheguru. Okay, I wasn't gonna be... Sorry, wait. Oh, where did you go? Come back. Party. Stay. No. Okay, wait, give me a second. Some 4%. Ah! Okay. Okay. Wait, should I put it like that? No. Okay. I'm gonna have to balance this with books. Give me a second. Oh God, please don't drop. Okay. Okay. Ah! Okay. Oh, I don't need books. Okay, fine. Okay. Oh my God, it's hard. Okay. Oh, Mike, we have... Oh! Waheguru. Sorry, okay. Maybe I do need more books. Okay, there we go. Is it balanced? Okay, cool. The one thing I'm finding contradiction in the spiritual community is that if you have free will exists, why does it only that Earth has free will? Why does every world outside of Earth not have free will? What makes you think that other people don't have free will? Earth is a rarity. Okay. Do you... Well, you just said Waheguru. Is this is this in replacement of my... Oh my God. I don't know. You know, it's like a recent thing. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. You know, I love it. So when I go to the Gurdwara, you know, people, like, it's interesting because people refer to each other as Waheguru. So they'll be like, Waheguru, would you like some, like, do you want some dal? Do you want some roti? You know? And I love that. They try to say Waheguru as much as possible. Like, you're always in remembrance of God. And when you're referring to other people as Waheguru as well, like, you don't even need to know their name. You just say Waheguru. It's like a normal thing to just do that. And I think it's so beautiful that you're always in the remembrance of God. So yeah, I like anything. Like, I won't even give a response. I'll just say Waheguru. Like, if my mom's telling me some like bad news or like this happened, I'll be like Waheguru, because I don't want to chat shit about anybody. I don't want to gossip. I don't want to get into any of that. I don't want to be like, that's bad. I don't want to make a judgment. Let me just remember God, you know. What are you reading? I'm not reading it. Dun, 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 dun. You can only grow as much as your environment changes the container. That's true. Why are they people on other walls? We have too much free will. Dolores Cannon talking about things falling around her and technology glitching. I've had all of that happen to me. That's pretty cool. What does it mean, Waheguru? Okay, so Waheguru is the name of God. It's the name of God. It's from Sikhism. Wait, is the brightness high? Okay. Maybe just like put my... Is this... No, we'll leave it. Yeah, Waheguru means God. It's just a name for God. So, you know, the name of God holds high vibration. So it could be any name. You could say Allah, you could say Waheguru, you could say Jesus. I don't know, some people think Jesus is God. I don't know, like Ram, Radha, Krishna, Saraswati, Vishnu, you know, Brahma, like all of these are names of God, right? They hold high vibrations. And when you repeat them, you are resounding those high vibrations within your being. Oh, that's so interesting about the referral to others as Waheguru. What a beautiful thing to say. Similar to Hindi, I honor the divine in you. Exactly. It's I honestly love it. I love it. I love it when they do that. I want to start doing that, you know. I get a little bit shy. I don't know. I get a little bit shy expressing that side of me, I think, at times. But yeah, so cool. Like, every little thing. Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru. It's fun. It's like Allahu Akbar. Yeah, Muslims say for everything. Exactly. Oh, okay. I asked about reading because you use a lot of books as phone stand, lol. Right, okay, yeah, I do read it. I used to read a lot. I sometimes still do. Oh, this is okay. I balanced it on Osho the True Name and Clear Thinking. Clear Thinking is a good one. I haven't actually finished it. But yeah, I have like When Conversations with God is a really good book. The Power of Now, I have at the moment. I have the Tibetan Yogas of Dream and Sleep, the Gnostic Gospel, Sex at Dawn. I got this new book called, so I got my friend, it's her birthday coming up, and I got her a book, and then I just felt like I didn't want to give the book. I wanted to keep the book, so I'm like in two minds about whether keeping the book or not. The Great Mystery. But Guru means teacher. Yeah, so Waheguru, right? Wah is like, wow, God, wow, this is so cool. Like, that's what they usually say in Punjabi. And Guru. So Guru is Gu is the dark, and Ru is light. So it's someone who brings you out of the dark. So it's like, Waheguru, wow, God, wow, God, wow, wow. Look at your existence, wow. It's like that. You got me thinking of the end, when I prefer living in the present, but everyone has to think about the end. Hey, wait, how did I get you thinking about the end? Of course, the present is the most important thing ever. It's everything. It's the only thing, you know? What do you like? What do you like in real life other than this character? What do I like? Okay. I love music. I love dancing. I love silence. I love peace. I love having conversations like this. I love being present. I love laughing. I love jokes. I love being like playful and childlike. I love being curious. I love adventure. I love traveling. I love loads of things. It's not an age, it's a copper bowl. It's good for your stomach. I should get a You Only Have the Present. That's true. I came across a book a few months ago when I was reading a lot into Divine Feminine, although I didn't read it. Would you recommend? Oh, wait, did Primal Wellness recommend a book? Try finding the book Woman Who Ran with the Wolves. I have that book. My sister has that book. It's a very heavy book, you know? But it was good. I read a little bit of it. You should get an award for playing Priya. Why? Do I play her well? How do you know I'm playing her well? Who was Priya meant to be, you know? Who was this character meant to be? And who's... Like, tell me about you guys. Like, what is the character that you believe that you are playing at the moment? Is it a character that your parents want you to play, your friends want you to play, your partners, your work colleagues? Who is it? Are you being your authentic self? You know? Dolores also talked about there being multiple Earths and all that stuff, multiple timelines. Yeah, I mean, it's the... I love studying different timelines. Like the idea of different timelines existing, parallel universes existing, like the multiverse. You know, I read Dolores a long time ago, and it was really interesting. I remember because she did past life regression, right? So she was able to get parts of history that don't actually exist in mainstream history, because history is his story. It's not her story. It's not our story. It's his story, written by him, you know? And she was able to get our story out, which is really interesting. Yeah, multiple parallel universes. I guess multiple Earths is the one way of looking at it, right? To bring people betterment, self-awareness, alignment is for the good. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. That's my character. Okay, nice. What do you do in real life? I'm a life coach. So I help people on a one-on-one basis with problems, issues that they may have, goals that they may want to achieve. History is written by the victors, yes. History is written by the victors, and they tend to be men. We lived in a patriarchal society, right? His story, right? Not her story, not our story. His story. You're a wellness coach. Okay, love that. How to get rid of dark circles. Okay, well, apparently you have to balance your... Oops, sorry. You have to balance your nervous system. It's your kidneys. They're fried. Okay. I like you better than Toby Robbins. Thank you. Is my phone drunk? I think... Why, Guru? Sorry. Mustn't say God's name in vain. Ah! Stop it! Why? Why are you doing this? Please. We need to go back to the matriarchy. I think we will. Invite truths, infinite realities all being realized, born from one another, which is kind of what quantum science shows us. Infinite truths, yeah, infinite realities all being realized. I mean, they already exist, right? Creation is finished. You should buy a phone stand, miss. I actually do have one. I do have one. I'm just not using it right now. The only reason it's because it's like this is because I'm charging my phone right now. Usually it's just I just put it and it's fine, but I'm charging it right now. I should probably get my phone stand, to be honest. I can't be bothered. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Matriarchal is not putting women over men. That is patriarchy. Exactly. It's true. Matriarchy is more of a balance, right? Wisdom puts everyone first. Matriarchy is the way that society was originally. What type of engineer am I? A consciousness one? Okay, creation is finished. You're gonna have to elaborate on that, truth. On that, please. Of course. Okay. All creation is finished, as in everything has been created. Everything already exists here right now. It's something that, what's his name? What's his name? Wait, sorry, let me get it up. I can't remember his name. It's, it is, okay. Neville Goddard. He said everything already exists in consciousness. Nothing new is being created. Every possible reality already exists. You don't create, you select. So when you visualize, you're selecting something that already exists, right? You're not creating it, because nothing can be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another. Does that make sense? So there are all these parallel universes that exist right now. It's not because you thought it and now it exists. It already exists. You became aware of it existing and you attune yourself to that timeline. You know? I have memory issues. I don't know why, but I can't remember everything she says, but I'm obsessed. I love that. Matriarchal is how we are as humans survived. Indeed. You know, let's do this. I don't know. Ralph Smart. I don't think so. Just guessed it. This time I clicked off with it. Yeah, I don't know who Ralph Smart is. But does that make sense, Greg, about everything already exists right now? So this whole idea of you need to, like, there's something, what it does is this idea of everything is already done, you just need to align your frequency to that thing, makes it easier when it comes to something like manifestation, right? But the reality we observe is also influenced by cause and effect, as in the play is always in motion and ever changing. See, actually, Greg, I read somewhere, I can't remember it all, but it said that Robert Adams mentions this. He said that about cause and effect. He said, you're stuck in cause. Let me get the notes up. You're not always stuck in cause and effect. Robert. Where are they? Okay. Everything is Maya. Love yourself. Okay. Why is it not here? Okay, there's something he says, you know, everything begins to take a projection of the self. When you know yourself as pure consciousness, the world starts becoming pure consciousness. Yeah, but I remember him saying something that you're not in cause and effect anymore. Only people who are not aware of the truth are still stuck in cause and effect. It's like a pendulum, you know? Let me read it properly. I feel like my eyesight. Okay. We have to learn to leave the world alone. Everything is the self. Look at your feelings. The only thing that matters is what's going on inside of you. I'm not the body. I'm not the doer. I'm not the mind. We are an optical. The universe is an optical illusion. As long as you live in this world, you go through the law of cause and effect, which is like a pendulum, swinging from one side to another. Things go great, then bad, then great, then bad, like a yo-yo. But the I who you really are, God, is never sick, bad, good, poor, or rich. I is consciousness, I is God. It is pure awareness. So God doesn't experience cause and effect. So when you identify with pure consciousness, you won't do that, you know? Okay, who's that? Anybody can pull through that. If you have one word to explain everything, what is it? It would be Ekon, which is there's, or oneness. That would be the word. I don't know about creation is done. I think we're all creators of our own experience. Creation is done as in every timeline that could possibly exist of every choice that you could make already exists. It's a physics law. Nothing is created. Nothing can be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another. You can only go from one time to another. You think you're creating it, but you're not creating reality. You're selecting reality. Notice how she only speaks a moment. So I agree that consciousness isn't always has been, but the reality we observe is always changing, being created in infinite ways. I agree with you. Look his name up. He's a YouTuber. Okay, I understand what you mean now. Okay. I mean, why is that? Why can nothing be created or destroyed? I don't know. You know, the thing is, it's interesting because I would watch podcasts about sadhus, enlightened beings, right? Really enlightened beings, and the powers that they can attain. And one power that they have is that they can create using, I think someone mentioned antimatter. They have control of antimatter. So maybe you can create, but I don't know. Apparently it's about selecting. So transferring isn't creating. Not really, right? I don't know. Like, what do you think? The energy is there for sure, but you can make something new. But if it already exists, if you're transferring to something, like I'm transferring from one TV program to another TV what's it called? The show? No. One radio station to another radio station. I didn't create the new radio station. The radio station already exists. I just flipped the frequency. I just transferred myself from one to the other. Does that make sense? That makes sense, Jeremy. That's wrong. Energy cannot be destroyed or created. Matter can. Antimatter is a negative or a vacuum. Okay. So, yeah, I guess antimatter could be the feminine. You know, she's the cosmic womb, right? Flour and water exist, but when I combine them using fire, I create bread. That's true. I don't know. Maybe potato, you know? It's one of those things. It's like with language, like I could be wrong. I probably am wrong, you know? You can never really have any certainty with these kind of things. You say one thing one day and the next day it's a different thing, you know? So I get that. Potato. But yeah, that's a good point. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. But matter can be created, right? So the bread that you're talking about is matter that can be created or destroyed. It's potato? Potato. You're colder, you can say, I don't know where we've gotten far away from paying the light. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything. We can never be certain about anything. I don't know, you know? If there is only God, then what is matter? That's a good question. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to. I feel like there's a proper explanation that you deserve for this. I guess matter. What I think. What is matter? Okay, this is matter, right? If I zoom into this, what's in there? What do we find? On an atomic level, you see atoms, you see particles, you see protons, you see photons, right? Vibrating. But what you find is that there isn't actually any substance to the matter. There is only empty space. So if there's only empty space, why is it that this feels real? Why can I knock on it? It's because the mind perceives it as that. The mind perceives it as matter. Does that make sense? Matter can be transferred, yes, but the result is creation just like us. You could be right. There are many Hindu gods. There is a supreme being. Yeah. The energy that we always have. Okay, is the spirit non-matter? Yeah, non-matter. What matters is matter, and what doesn't matter is not matter. What doesn't matter is not matter. I see. That's what people believe it's HD, right? In life, that the only thing that matters is matter. But that's I feel like it's the opposite. I think the thing that matters is not matter. Because what is absolute? The thing that is absolute is not matter. Matter comes afterwards. Our thoughts matter. They can be matter. Yeah, thoughts are matter. So I read in a book. Because if you had to say the opposite of matter, it would be nothingness, right? And yeah, Greg, you're right. You know, God is no vibration. Matter and energy are the vibrations that emanate from God. That's my take on it. I love that. God is nothingness. God is empty, like, it's emptiness. It's the antimatter, right? It's the womb. It's like the potential of where something comes from. There is nothing there. And then matter, I guess, and like the vibration, like Greg just said, is like the movement of that. Is this Shakti? So you could say it's like Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is pure consciousness, and Shakti is the movement of that. Matter is a description of reality. See, of a reality. It's true. This society has to compartmentalize to understand. That's why I hope they never find big matter is a manifestation of energy. I don't get how you say everything that's created has been created because I've created stories on my own mind that cannot physically exist without my input. Without your input. Okay, who's saying that? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Shakti is the primal life force energy moving. I think God has the ability to produce vibration. God is all there is, you know? God is all there is, so yeah, of course. Really? Wait, what do you said primal? Yeah, it's the primal. Jesus Christ? What is that symbol, Jeremy? I have no idea what that primal is. Primal is understanding the human experience. Primal, I mean, like the original, you could say. You know? What's that word? The primordial substance. Movement, I guess. Is there a symbolic meaning? Is your objective to make people think because it's working? Well, of course. Of course. I'm glad it's working. Well, what are you thinking about? Is there a symbolic meaning to the dot on your forehead? Just curious. Yes, so it is from an Indian beauty culture. It's like an Indian beauty culture practice. You wear it, it enhances your awareness, your intuition, it protects you, your energy, it activates your intuition, things like that. What is God? Why are there so many versions of him? Why do humans complicate the word so much by segregating something so pure as God? I don't think... Whenever I listen to people talk about God, they always say, we can't describe what God is. You can only describe what God isn't, you know? God isn't a man in the sky with a white beard judging you. That's just what patriarchy has created God to be. The way I like to see God is it's awareness. God is love. God is who we truly are. Does that make sense? Deeper thoughts of consciousness. Oh, Mike, I'm so happy. You're gonna have to join the satsang on Sunday. It gets to be like an even kind of deeper space for more conversations, because then everybody is kind of like, we're all caught up on the same sort of level. You know, and then like, it's the whole conversation bit, like back and forth. I get to learn from you guys get to learn, you know, from each other, from me. So it's cool. Kali is a god. She is. Who paid God? God is a billionaire. God is everything there is. So God is like beyond money, you know? Someone yelling in the background. Is that? It's probably my brother. He's gaming. And you're welcome, Abu. Why do humans complicate God? Okay, it's easy, because God is one of those things you can take and you can manipulate. The thing is, human beings, we take things and we use them for our own kind of agendas, right? We have, oh, I really want to control people. I want to make them follow, you know, me. I want them to submit to me. What can I do? Let's get them to fear something. Let's get them to fear God. Let's create heaven and hell and say, look, if you don't listen to me, you're going that way to hell. If you listen to me, you get to go over there. So you must earn brownie points now for the afterlife. It doesn't matter what kind of life you have right now. And I'm going to tell you, okay, I'm the way to God. You can only come to God through me. You see? Can I rap? Maybe? You have some wonderful wisdom. Would it be great if you could join us on Sunday? I will join. Woo! Wonderful. You have some, I love gaming too, lol. Love that for you. You know, that's something I wanted to talk about, gaming. So, both my sister and my brother, they're gaming, right? They're gaming a lot. And I remember having a judgment against them and thinking, why do you even game? Like, this is just a game where you're shooting zombies. Like, there's no point to it. You're not going to win anything. You're not going to get anything out of it. You just keep doing it over and over again. And then I realized today, what I was thinking, and I had some awareness, like, whoa, Priya, like, that is the whole point of games, of playing. There's no point in it. There's just pleasure in it. Why are we always seeking a point in things? I have to win. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this out of it. This is going to happen. Is it a waste of time? Is it not? Is it productive? But they don't think like that. They're just like, I want to play. I want to have fun. Isn't that amazing? And I just didn't get it. And now I'm like, I respect you. I respect you people. I judged you, but now I don't, you know? It's really cool. And I think maybe that's something we're missing. Play. Because this is all just a play. It's a playground. It's not school. It's not about suppression and obedience and suffering. It's about playing, having fun, for experiencing for the sake of experiencing. That's what life is. You know? How old am I? I'm not old. I'm young. Fantasy, science fiction, expanding imagination. They are indeed. I love watching sci-fi movies. Do you guys have any do you guys have any recommendations for sci-fi movies or like series? Very cool. How long do you speak English? I've been speaking English since I was 8 years old. Create role-playing. Yeah, exactly. We are missing nature. We are indeed. You know what it is? You are everything, right? So when I go into nature, for example, or like just recently, I've just been having these you know, like thoughts. I keep repeating echo on God, echo on God, echo on God. Let's say so like a thought comes up about someone. I'm like, echo on God, no prayer, like echo on God. You know why? Oneness. I'm constantly reminding myself, or I try to, of the oneness that exists, that is fundamental. You know? So when we're in nature, whenever you're anywhere, you're one with that thing. You are the thing. You are the temple that you go to. You are the club that you go to. You are the restaurant that you go to. You are the workplace that you go to. Does that make sense? So when you go to nature, you're one with nature. You're one with the divine feminine energy. Oh, also remember some topics around enlightenment and love came up in the Gita. Of course I did on Wednesday. Of course they did. Remind me to share on Sunday. I will. I have lots of recommendations. I love science fiction. You're gonna have to share them, Michael. Michael, by the way, I have a satsang on Sundays, which is, you know, it's a kind of sacred container. It's a little bit like this, but it's on Zoom. It's at 2:30 p.m. UK time this Sunday. It's every Sunday. And what happens is we go deeper into conversations like this, but everybody gets to share. So it's like an open discussion. I share, you guys share. We have a theme. I'm open to people recommending themes. I'm also thinking of creating a WhatsApp group where it's people who are part of the satsang, so they can we can share information, anything we've learned, you know, like little book recommendations, things like that. So if that's something that anybody would like to join, it's like a cute little community that we're building. You're more than welcome to join. It's on Sundays. The link is in my bio. So if you go to where it says Priya, Scorpio Sage, I will post the link for it anyway. But yeah, go in my bio, Satsang with Priya, okay? The Abyss. Okay, so are you making comparison between games and this experience? In a game, you cannot create anything not part of the program. No, I wasn't making a comparison. I think I was making more of a comparison, like an acknowledgement of the importance of play. Did you do astrology or something? No, I'm too shy for a Zoom meeting, lol. You don't have to, if you don't want to turn on your camera, that's okay. You know, you don't have to turn on your camera. You can just talk if you'd like. Sorry, just give me a second. Do I believe in love at first sight? No, not really. I don't know, actually. If it's true for you, it's true, right? Kidding, we'll try. Okay, well, hopefully see you there, Michael. I'm going back to that you said we cannot create. Okay, cool. Let's go there. Maybe we can discuss this in more depth on Sunday as well. You know? Because it is interesting. I guess it means, create what? Because, Jeremy said something, right? Jeremy said that you energy cannot be created or destroyed. Matter can, right? So like when you mentioned the whole like bread, hey Vinod, when you mentioned the whole like bread, making a cake thing, that's matter, right? But I mean, go ahead, I'm more than open to what you have to say. What's your opinion on... Wait, you're not making my gaming connection. I guess I'm not. You said something that you can't create... In a game, you cannot create anything not part of the program. Okay. That's... So are you making her... That's a really valid point. So what, like, what's your take on that? Do you think that life works in the same way? The thing is, life is such that if you believe it, it's true, you know? Because you are the creator. Does that make sense? What's my opinion on the Atomic Habits book? I really liked it. I didn't finish it as per usual. But I liked it. It helped me a lot. It helped me in terms of learning about different habits, like the 1% rule of like doing something 1% better, or habit stacking, things like that. Okay guys, I'm gonna have to call it a day. I'm feeling kind of tired. I will see you all tomorrow. I'll be going live again, so keep on your notification. Like I said, join me on Sunday for satsang. I would love to see you guys there, okay? The link is in my bio. Okay, I love you. Thank you so much for I hate to read book, but I can listen to playbook. What do I do? Hey, if you can listen to it, that's great, you know? Mail, alright. Thank you. God bless everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Primal wellness, we'll discuss it on Sunday. Bye.